If you've tried everything to lose weight, even extremely low calorie diets, low carb, everything, yet your metabolism feels like it's stuck, literally you've done 500 calories a day and still not lost weight, I have good news for you. There's a way to fix this, but the bad news is that you can't just keep doing these crazy, unsustainable, overly restrictive diets that you've tried time and time again. Look, there's some people out there who can get results from this, but obviously you're not one of them. You have to take a more sustainable approach that doesn't damage or slow down your metabolism, but instead speeds up and preserves your metabolism and keeps your metabolism running solid for the long term, which means you can't crash diet. You can't try to rush this weight off. You have to lose it slow and steady, 1% of your body weight per week, which may or may not sound fast to you, but regardless, you have to take that moderate approach. So many people come to me, they're like, yeah, when I diet, the first 2 weeks, I'll lose 4 to 5 pounds a day or per week. And then after that, everything slows down after 2 weeks. Yeah, it's probably because you crash dieted, you lost a lot of water weight. There's so many reasons, but the biggest thing is you have to understand that if you're a busy professional or business owner with high stress over the age of 30, your hormones are not as resilient as a 22-year-old influencer or somebody with elite genetics or somebody with very low stress, or again, somebody just way younger than you. And so you have to understand that when you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, and when you have high stress, you have to take an approach that is more gentle on your hormones and metabolism. You've probably heard of a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. This is the reason why when people are stressed out, they get fat. This is the reason why when people are building their business and their career and they grind the long hours for years and years, they're getting fat whether or not they're overeating. And the funny thing is that high stress makes you prone to overeating, but even if you don't overeat and you restrict yourself, the high stress, the cortisol, makes you more prone to fat storage, muscle loss, slowed metabolism, everything else, all the reasons why you haven't been able to lose weight. And so the solution to this is, number one, stop doing these crazy restrictive diets. They're only making the problem worse. Number two, you have to do a metabolic priming phase or a metabolic optimization phase. There's many different names for this, but it's essentially a phase where we take a short break from weight loss. For some people, it's as little as 4 to 6 weeks. For some people, if you've had years and maybe even decades of a chronically slowed metabolism, you might need 8 to 12 weeks to speed up your metabolism first before you lose weight. The majority of people who come to me is 4 to 6 weeks. Once we do that, now we can actually lose weight. Now, the thing is, if you have a highly adaptive metabolism, which is completely genetic, maybe your ancestors went through a lot of famine, and so Allah gave your people these adaptation, right? So you've genetically been just adapted to famine. Your metabolism might slow down after only 6 weeks of fat loss, which means you need to do 6 weeks of fat loss, followed by 6 weeks of boosted metabolism. You do a 6 and 6 protocol. I've only had a handful of clients who had it that bad, but there are people out there with those genetics. Majority of clients can get results for at least 8 weeks, usually squeeze out 12, even if they have a relatively slow metabolism and a history of a slow metabolism, before they then have to do a 4 to 6 week phase of increasing metabolism. And so we could do 8 to 12 weeks of fat loss, 4 to 6 weeks of metabolism boosting to recover from that, and we just alternate those phases. So some people need the 6 and 6 protocol, other people, most people, have the easier protocol. But regardless, we can help you with this, but you do need professional expertise. So DM me with the word coaching. I'll send you more info on our coaching. Inshallah, look forward to working with you and helping you break this plateau. Assalamu alaikum.